Hey, my name is Russell Brunson, and I want to welcome you to our ClickFunnels team. If you're watching this video, it means you are one of our newest team members. And I want to make a video just kind of to introduce myself and introduce you to what we do here as a company. And my guess is if you're here, you're probably aware of what ClickFunnels is and what we do, but I wanted to kind of just tell you the story really quickly from my point of view. So I am someone who is a serial entrepreneur. I started about 15 years ago when I was in college, and I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't have any technical skills or understanding of how to market or sell anything, but I knew I wanted to help people. I knew I wanted to create stuff. I wanted to sell things. And so I started while I was going to Boise State by just putting together little products and selling them on eBay initially. And then I tried to set my own websites. I learned how to use Microsoft Front Page, and I made the ugliest websites ever. And I started selling things, and it was a lot of fun. But I always felt like I was handcuffed. Eventually, as I started making some money from things I was selling on eBay, I had to hire somebody from Romania to set up pages for me. And then I had to hire designers, and I had to hire all these people just for me to be able to get my message out to more people. And it was a frustrating thing. I always felt like I was handcuffed as an entrepreneur. And it's interesting, I spent almost a decade of my life doing that. We would create a new sales funnel every quarter. It takes about 3 months on average to do the whole thing. We'd have the idea for the product, we'd create the product, and we have the strategy, and then we'd hire designers and webmasters and programmers and analytics people and all these people to go and create something, and it took forever. And about once every quarter, we launched a funnel. And while that wasn't too bad, it wasn't horrible, usually about 1 out of 4 funnels worked, which meant we'd spend an entire year launching a funnel every quarter, and about once every year, we'd have one that would work. They would cover the bills, it would make it so we could keep our doors open. And as an entrepreneur who's trying to change the world, that's something that's hard to do. And so our mission here at ClickFunnels is we wanted to figure out a way to free all entrepreneurs. That's really, if it comes back to like what's our core mission as a company, it's that. How do we free entrepreneurs so they can get their products and their services and their messages out to the world? And so that became our mission. I partnered with Todd Dickerson, about 4 years ago now. He was working with me on some other projects at the time, and we had this idea for ClickFunnels. And ClickFunnels isn't a unique idea. I wasn't, we weren't the first people to think about it. I tried to create something like ClickFunnels in the past. Most people in our industry had tried to build ClickFunnels, but it wasn't a simple or an easy thing to do. In fact, I had 6 full-time programmers for 3 years trying to build the first version of ClickFunnels, which was called click.com.com, and it never saw the light of day. And it was just one of those things that was a dream but never was possible until I met Todd. And Todd went back, and he caught the vision. We whiteboarded out like our dream what ClickFunnels could be, and he went and started building it. And sure enough, 4 or 5 months later, he came out with the initial version of ClickFunnels, and it was amazing. And we launched initially with a very small team of people. It was me and him and a couple of handful of people. And at first, it didn't work. In fact, the first funnel we tried flopped, and then the second funnel we tried flopped. But luckily, I was using ClickFunnels now, and instead of taking 3 months to build a funnel, it would take us, the time took us a couple of days, and I would try another variation. We tried it, and it flopped, and it flopped, and after about the sixth funnel hit. And when it hit, I knew we had the message right, I knew we had the product right, and it started growing. And ever since then, it's been a wild, crazy ride. The first year, I think we ended with over 10,000 customers. The next year was like 20 or 30, and then 50, and then 60. And the time I'm recording this video, I think we have 63,000 active customers. And all of us who are involved in this company, we're a bunch of passionate entrepreneurs. We love what we do. We love the people we serve, but we don't know what we were doing initially. And so it's like growth is happening. We're chasing, trying to figure things out. We've had multiple times in the company where, because we're trying to just figure things out, like the software's crashed or the marketing didn't work or different things like that. And we've always tried to be super open with our community and our customers. We don't try to hide things. Like when we crashed the first time, I was actually in a flight to London with my entire family to go talk about ClickFunnels at an event. And I landed on the plane, I got off the plane, and I had messages from thousands of people telling me ClickFunnels was down. I got a hold of Todd and Ryan, who's been an amazing addition to our team and one of our partnership team. Got a hold of them, and they said, yeah, it's down. And if they would have gone the way they were trying, it would have taken 2 or 3 weeks to get everything back back up. But they went and they killed themselves, and within like 8 hours, they had everything back up and running. And I remember during that time, like I didn't know what to do. It was my first time as like a CEO and all those kind of things. And it was the first time I think that Todd and Ryan had built something that's big and this scale, and we're all kind of learning together. But we, instead of hiding behind it, we came out to our community. We shared with them what was happening. We told them how angry we were, that it wasn't acceptable for us, it wasn't acceptable for the service that was happening. And what was interesting is instead of customers leaving us, customers were more bound to us. And they came stronger and had more belief in what we were doing, and built an amazing culture. In fact, you saw like the cancellation reports when we were down there in that day. There wasn't even a blip on the radar. Our community rallied behind us, and so because of that, we become so focused on our community and the entrepreneurs we serve. We know that every entrepreneur who starts using ClickFunnels has the ability to change somebody's life. 3 years ago, I got a message from a young couple. They just got done with a network marketing opportunity, and they were the bottom of the barrel. They were bankrupt. They made me a video on their phone saying, "We're gonna be your next success story. We're gonna change the world." And I kind of smiled like, "Okay, well, good luck. Go get your ClickFunnels trial." And I didn't hear from them for 2 years. And 2 years later, at one of our Funnel Hacking Live events, I was at a round table, and someone tapped me on the shoulder, and he goes, "Russell, do you remember who I am?" I'm like, "No." He said, "My name is Brandon." And he said, "This is my wife, Kaylin." And she came over, and as they got together, I was like, "Oh, you guys sent me a video like 2 years ago." I'm like, "What's happening?" He said, "You have changed our life." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said, right now, and this is the time, he said, we're making over $80,000 a month. He's like, "We've changed thousands of women's lives around the world." And he's like, "You've changed our life. But more importantly, you've changed all these other women's lives you don't even know about." I was like, "You kidding me?" And I've watched them as they've grown since I got to know them. And as of the last time I talked to them, they've helped over 150,000 women around the world to completely transform their lives, to lose weight. They made over $10 million, which has changed their life. They have employees, they have a staff, they have a team now. And that one entrepreneur, one person using our software, the ripple effect of hundreds of thousands of people that their life have changed has been amazing. And that's one of our customers. ChrisBeatsCancer.com is one of our customers. He naturally cured himself of cancer, and since then has helped thousands of other people to cure themselves of cancer. That's one entrepreneur that we were able to be a little piece in their journey that's literally saving people's lives. You look at Pamela Weibel helps doctors with suicide. You look at Andy Grace, who saved over 50,000 people who cured themselves of alcohol addiction. You look at, I could share story after story after story of amazing entrepreneurs whose lives have been changed because they started using ClickFunnels. Our vision of like creating something that could free all entrepreneurs has done that. And you see what happens when entrepreneurs are free to go change the world. They change the world. And that's what's so amazing about ClickFunnels. And so you're joining an amazing company, an amazing team, amazing community that cares about their customers, that serves them at our highest level. We don't go to bed at night. Like we had the partners here this last week here in the office, and we were up till 3 or 4 every single morning because we love our customers so much. How do we serve them? How do we make this better? How do we make what they do even more powerful? Because we know that for every one of our 63,000 customers, there's somebody's life who's being changed on the other side of it. We're trying to conservatively figure out how many jobs have been created since ClickFunnels got started. Look at 63,000 people who are entrepreneurs using it, and then their teams, and then the people's lives they're changing. And then we try to conservatively guess. We figured there's been over 500,000 jobs created because of ClickFunnels. There's been huge industries created around what we've done. It's literally changing the world, and so we're proud of it. And we're proud to have you as part of our team. And I hope that you catch the vision of what we're doing. Sometimes I know when you're in the weeds of it, when you're coding or you're working with angry, upset customers, or you're trying to drive ads and Facebook kicks you off, or all the different, any role that you're here inside of our company, there's ups and the downs, and there's the exciting parts and the frustrations, and those things always happen. But I just always want you to remember that you are part of a company who loves their customers, who care about their customers, who are generally trying to change the world. And every one of the customers you're serving, even sometimes the frustrating ones that may not treat you right, when you understand that that person has the ability to affect tens or hundreds of thousands of people's lives, I hope that gets you excited enough to remember them and remember the mission that we have. We're freeing entrepreneurs so they can change the world, and that's what we do here inside of this company, and that's what you're now part of. So thank you for joining our team. Thank you for catching the vision of what we're doing, what we're creating, where we're going. People always ask me, "Russell, what's the goal of ClickFunnels? Where are you going 3 years, 5 years from now?" And they want me to tell them that, we're going to go IPO, we're going to go public, we're going to sell the company for billions of dollars. And I tell them the same thing every single time. I say, if you look at these handful of entrepreneurs, you look at Brandon and Kaylin, look at Pamela, look at Chris, you look at any of these people who are changing their lives, you look at 5 of them, you look at the hundreds of thousands of lives that have changed, and you look at 1,000 and 63,000. I'm like, in 3 years from now, I want 250,000 people, because that means we've created 1 million jobs. That means that we have affected tens of millions, billions of people's lives. I'm a big believer. I don't believe that the world's going to change through government or through school systems. I believe that the world will be changed by entrepreneurs. And so you're part of a bigger mission of literally changing the world. And I hope you feel that. I hope you feel that love and that feeling inside of the walls here at ClickFunnels. We have a mission, we have passion, we have excitement, we have a product that's second to none, and now we've got you on our team, and we're excited to have you here. And I hope you enjoy this journey, I hope you enjoy this ride, and we're glad to have you. If I can help you anytime along the journey, please let me know. Appreciate you as our newest team member, and we'll talk to you soon.